Goblin Fury for Gnome Regard.
Hi, I'm ASCII and I'm here to take a look at some of the neutral legendary cards that have been announced so far for the Goblins Vs Gnomes expansion. First on the list is the Blingatron 3000. This minion will equip each player with a random weapon. There are a few uses for this. First, if your opponent plays out a powerful weapon like a Gorehowl for example, odds are you're going to weaken it. Other times you could combo it with some kind of weapon removal. Dr. Boom will summon up two 1/1 Boom bots when he's played. These bots will deal 1 to 4 damage when they die to a random enemy. It's an okay card. Compared to the War Golem for example that's the same cost, Dr. Boom is obviously much better, although I do think there are better late game legendaries available. Meganeer Thermoplug. This card isn't all that great. He's very high cost at 9 and his stats are not that good. The card text, while not terrible, isn't very good either. It essentially means you're trading your minions for his minions and you're getting Leper Gnomes as a bonus. But if you compare that to Kel'Thuzad for example, who lets you trade minions and then get them back, that's a lot more powerful. Marrons Head is not something I see being used that much. It requires a lot to make it worthwhile. You need 2 mechs on the board plus Marrons Head. They have to stay on the board while your opponent's turn is taking place and then you get the Voltron card. Getting that to happen is pretty unlikely and I can't see this being a very popular card in most decks. Foe Reaper 4000 is a nice card for clearing the board. He deals damage to the minions either side of whoever he attacks, meaning you can do stuff like bypass taunts and potentially deal some massive damage each turn. Sneed's Old Shredder is a very powerful legendary card. He summons up another legendary minion as a death rattle. Of course you might get a dud, but you might also draw into a great card like Ragnaros, or even better another Sneed's Old Shredder that when that one dies will draw another legendary card. Poshli is not that spectacular of a legendary. He's okay, but there are definitely better legendaries out there. He costs the same as a Boulder Fist Ogre but has 1 less attack. In exchange for this he gets the spare parts as a battle cry and when he dies. Spare parts just aren't that powerful and he underperforms against something like a Bloodhoof. Hema is much like a big game hunter. He loses the +7 attack requirement and instead can only be used against beasts. I suppose he's great if you know you're going to be playing someone with a beast heavy deck, but without that knowledge he's a little too low on health to be that useful. Gazlowe. This card really works by taking advantage of the spare part cards. If you can collect a few spare parts into your hand before dropping him out, then you can get some good value out of his card text. Mogul the Ogre. Interesting card. His effect makes all minions have a 50% chance to attack the wrong target. Pretty useful if you're behind and your opponent has a lot of cards on the board, as with a little bit of luck he might kill some of his own off. Trogzor. This is a nice card. I spoke before about how I quite like the Rockjaw Trog. Along with this legendary we're seeing some nice counterspell cards coming into play and I like this idea. So those are the currently announced legendary Hearthstone cards coming in Goblins Vs Gnomes expansion, but more are being revealed all the time, so for the latest cards and news I recommend you check out hearthstone.gamepedia.com, the link is in the description below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave us a comment if you have anything to add, but for now I've been ASCII, and thank you for watching.